Hello everybody, welcome back to Wolfeei. Today is a Reddit roundup for the MCC Reddit. I know, at this point it's monthly. I don't do it on purpose, but to be fair, the MCC Reddit is typically not very active when there's not an event coming up soon, and the MCC Pride announcement was relatively recent, so not much has been going on. But before we get into it, not an advertisement for me streaming right now, but tomorrow and Friday, supposedly, probably, most likely, somewhat confirmed, are the MCC Pride team announcements. Be there, okay? It'll be great, and I have decently high hopes, I guess. Pride is usually an event where Scott likes to put an extra scoop of coolness, I guess, you know, in the roster. And considering that MCC Season 4 kickoff was such a fantastic start, I am looking forward to seeing what Scott cooked up for Pride, honestly. I have no idea what to expect. I know some stuff, but obviously we won't get into that until the official announcements tomorrow and Friday. Anyways, let's get started. So, one thing is, it's not been exactly a month, so some of the top voted posts are from before I posted the most recent Reddit roundup. So I'll be skipping over some of them, like this post at the top, because obviously this one was Team Ties, which got a lot of upvotes. Starting off here, congratulations, Red Rabbits. I'm so sorry if you haven't watched MCC Season 4 Kickoff, but they did end up winning. I think I already talked about it. Not, actually. I did talk about it in my Season 4 Kickoff review, obviously, because we went over performances, etc. Very nice. Good job, Feinberg, winning his first event yet again, and good job, Chilled, on probably not really retiring, but close enough. Next up, False has a cool coin display where she's displayed some of the coins that she has won. I think this is the season 1, 2, and 3 coin, plus the Pride coin that you, I think, can buy. But I think some of them are flipped around, and some of them are the front, and some of them are the back of the coin. So very nice little display. Let's go. It looks pretty nice. I don't know where you got that from, but very cool. It fits the coins very nicely. Next up, look at all the hermits. Oh my heart. Here's all the hermits that played at MC Season 4 kickoff, and Etho's not in this image, but Ollie's on the right. But Etho is supposed to be in here as well. Scott's on the left here as well. Very cool though. Very nice. Very nice. You love to see it. I am really hoping that we see the hermits in MCC as frequently as this going forward. Obviously, I've talked about it a lot over the past weeks, really, because it is the thing I mainly talked about leading up to MCC's return for Series 4 or Season 4, is that I really thought that going with the Hermit audience route and the Hermit player route would be the best way forward. And I think it's kind of played out as such. I mean, it's been pretty hype, and MCC's been talked about quite a lot. Obviously, the return would do that too, but I think the approach they took here is fantastic, and I hope they continue doing it. Next up, that's a team announcement. Another announcement we already looked at. Here you go. After 30 plus events, Kara has done it. So ladies and gentlemen, 2 wins. Woo! I mean, congrats to Kara, obviously. She was on the red team that won. She did really good on this event too. I think she ended up placing like 17th or like somewhere in the top half, which is a really good performance from Kara. And yeah, she was the longest loser, I guess, or not the longest loser, but the longest person to not have a win since their first win, because Kara had her first win in MCC 1, and her most recent one and only second one was MCC Season 4 Kickoff. So yeah, shout out to Kara, congrats, and very nice. Let's see if we can have a win streak going on. I'm sure Kara will probably be in Pride, so she might be able to. You never know. What a way to win. Chilled isn't familiar with MCC. First time newcomer gets carried, goes to dodgeball, wins, retires, refuses to elaborate. So true! Giga Chad, indeed. It's really funny. That Chilled kind of just entered this. He explained it, like, after he got announced, being like a kid at a candy store not knowing what he's looking at, but he wants it anyways, type of situation on how he joined. And him winning is a crazy turn of events there. I think that's hilarious, but well-deserved, obviously. Very fun POV, and hopefully we see him actually play more. I hope he doesn't actually retire, because he is a very fun player to see, and a very unique player at that as well. Next up, Fire Breath and a Smallish Beans duo needed some blackmailing to happen. And then Joel here says, for Season 4 kickoff in the Who Do You Like team with. I put Shane for like the 5th time, but also put that I was the most viewed streamer in MCC 35, and if he doesn't do it, I'm quitting. So you just gotta blackmail him sometimes. Him being Scott, which is hilarious. Hey, it possibly worked, maybe. I mean, Joel is right. He was the largest streamer in MCC 35. So, getting Shane is something that he could kind of demand, I guess. You know, if the largest streamer in Block Wars was like, hey, do this or else I'm quitting, I'd probably be like, well, fair enough. You know, if Pirate Software goes, hey, you gotta put me with Mystic out for the 3rd time, I'll be like, sure. That sounds good. Anyways, moving on. I think I already talked about the games. There's another team announcement. There's another thing that we already looked at, I think, maybe. Before you target Pink in PvP games, think, is it true, helpful, inspiring, necessary, and kind? No. And that's why you shouldn't do it. And I don't know if Pink got targeted in any of the games. I think they died early in one of the rounds. Sky Battle, I think. One of the Sky Battle rounds, they died relatively early. Which is just unlucky spawning, really. And Meltdown didn't end up getting played, so I guess that's maybe a blessing for Pink. Though I could have seen them do well because the pack popped off when they played Meltdown. I think they got like top half, which is incredible. So I don't know. Maybe it would have been good. Next up, this was actually the thumbnail for the most recent Reddit roundup. Pete is a gift to this earth. Yes, I'm glazing. Pete staying calm when he does really well. Pete won one of his teammates as well. Hey, and I respect it, honestly. That is a great mindset. Good team player. We love Pizza Hut. He's fantastic. Next up, Gizzy Gaza update. I think I already mentioned this in a video as well, but Gizzy Gaza is not going to be in this upcoming Pride event, which is unlucky. It happens. Everyone on this team is now 1v3'd in Dodgebolt. Is that true? Grian, I know from that one. I guess it is probably true, but that is very funny that this, not Lord's team, I think, right? But just this green team all successfully 1v3. That is very funny. I made an observation. There are 3 types of 1v3ers. British, Australian, cat. So true. This is fantastic. Obviously this is a method that works very well, and clearly there will be no others to follow this formula. Guys, listen, this is unbelievably balanced. Hear me out. For some reason, lots of people missed this. Curry Fruit, Pete, and I are all in MCC Rotterdam. We're not on a team together. They've not been announced yet, but surely a 4-person HVG team is balanced, right? Yeah, I mean, like, close enough. I mean, you got Lewis, he's like bottom 10. And then you got Curry, he's new, he'll probably get like 25th. Then in Fruit and Pete, they're like 2 of the worst S tiers. It's probably fine. I think we don't need to really look at it twice. Don't look at other events. They're like pretty bad. I think it's balanced. Maybe a little bit. No. Next up, here's art. I don't know if I already looked over this, but the art that people make is always very nice. I like it a lot. It's very cool. I love how everyone, you know, I like this art style. It looks very nice. People like Fine here. Oh, Fine here. Kind of look insane in like a good way. Fort having the little thing over his head is funny as well. I like that. Cub fans tie is popping out. That's pretty epic too. And X looks sick too, with the helmet. That looks fire. Scott revealed how the pink team of Season 4 kickoff was formed in Xisuma's stream today. Thank you, Scott. I don't know if I already mentioned this, but Scott said here that I knew I wanted the first event to start with a bang, so I reached out to them and to them all and seen if they were interested in doing a Team Ties team, and they were. Hell yeah. I think we also found out that Tango was convinced by the other members of the team to do it, which is very exciting. That it actually ended up happening. Obviously, that was a fantastic team to reveal as the pink team. Big surprise. So very nice. Joel and Shane, hot guy, the elusive Xisuma MCC, and it's exam week. Why, Scott? Why? Very cool art, though. This is very nice. I think Shane used this as a thumbnail. I don't remember. Anyways, team announcement. We already looked at this. Team announcements again.
Ooh!
Streamers reacted Tango SOT the movie. Tango SOT was really sad because obviously with Tango having made decked out, people were really excited and looking forward to Tango's POV. I think the game is just very stressful, and I think Tango was a little like scared, or not scared, but like kind of pre-stressed about playing this game because the stakes are, I guess, relatively high. Like, expectations may have been a little high. So I completely understand, like, how this game could have been maybe a little bit overwhelming, because SOT is, like, one of the most in-depth games ever in Minecraft events. So it's definitely one that takes a little bit of time to adjust to. So, yeah, it was very unfortunate. I do hope that Tango gives it another shot, maybe with some more experienced teammates who will actively try to lead him along the way. Because I think he would really enjoy it once he gets a chance to like take the game with a more chilled out approach. X gonna give it to you. Yeah, Xisuma got the most punches, I think, to get to his side as like a record. I think one of my disciples. He puts the X in Toxic and an X same team next MCC. I'm so proud. That's so funny. Uh-oh. Yeah, Sandwich got announced for MCC Twitch Rivals. People are, people are mentioning how he's very good at the game, and it could potentially be very interesting to see the competition here. I think, from what I know, it won't probably be that big of an issue, but I guess if Sandwich gets a really good team, maybe Sandwich will just sweep. You never know. Curry also in MCC. We already talked about this. New game. We've also already talked about this. JoJo's tier list of how MCC kickoff players would react to their food arriving mid-game. Let the food get cold. It's gaming time. This makes sense. Yeah. Leaves with that Telegiddy one. Makes sense. Yeah. Leaves mid-game, but they were already out. Also very true. I'd say. Leave mid-game. I don't care. I'm hungry. Yeah, makes sense. Grabs food during break but eats mid-game. Yeah, that makes sense. These all just make sense, don't they? Next up, T prediction for next MCC. Feinberg, Rock, Barrel, Lobster. Whoa, you gave him the blue one. The blue lobster's kind of strong, low-key. I don't know about that one. I don't know if anyone's mentioned it. Barrel's 2 OP. Maybe if it's just a plank, it could be balanced. Hey, the barrel from Clash Royale is kind of strong too, so I don't know. Maybe they're right. Maybe it is a little OP. Why can't I go back? Hello? Okay, there we go. Why? Hello? What? I think the website broke. Okay. It doesn't work. Let me go back. Why is it not working? Stop. This month. Scroll. Where were we? Reddit, please. Further. There we go. Okay. X's enthusiasm was great. I watched Joel stream this MCC, but I kept an ear out for Xisuma's voice on the call. It was so lovely to hear his appreciation for MCC amidst Joel's competitive glee. Xisuma was such a great sport, praising his teammates and the Noxer, and even his first attempts at individual games didn't go as well as his teammates, or even one. Okay, X had something complimentary to say about his experience playing the game themselves. You could tell he appreciated Noxer's work from a purely creative standpoint. I also liked all the questions that he asked. They weren't dumb questions, and you could tell that he had prepared for the event. What's more, Xisuma was a fantastic team player. He had very well SOT, Railroad, and Bingo. You could really hear him having fun playing the more puzzle-oriented games, and I wasn't at all surprised by how well he did in SOT. Can't wait to watch his run because I know it was great. I think it would be fun for him to play MCC again. I think he definitely will. I definitely think he will be coming back multiple times. But also, something that is a thing is when you're a game designer, developer, builder, etc., you start to, kind of understand how things work, how things are made, and especially for Minecraft, it is, relatively obvious how things work and how things don't work, and maybe how you would do things and how you wouldn't do things, and figuring out how impressive a certain accomplishment is. And MCC is definitely an example of some pretty impressive accomplishments within vanilla Minecraft for the most part, and how they've pulled off pretty incredible, things. And someone like X, it would make sense to really appreciate that, because obviously he has a good amount of experience as well. And I think it's good. Next up, would an obsessed with Joel team win? Joel, Etho, Lizzie, and Iskal. It definitely has potential, depending on the event. Maybe if it's like a Pride or like maybe even an Underdogs. Although I don't think Joel qualifies for Underdogs, but if it's something along those lines where it's a weak enough event, maybe this team could win. This is not a bad team, I would say. in terms of like potential non-canon events, but in a regular event it may be a little underpowered, but it would be very fun and cool. Also very big. Next up is the team announcement that we already talked about. MCC Pride announcement I already talked about. Didn't expect to see this name on the leaderboard. Yeah, Etho being on the Battle Box team first placements monthly leaderboard. I know Etho's supposedly been playing quite a lot on MCCI, probably just because he's been enjoying playing in the event a lot. So he's probably just hopping on to play the games because they're pretty close to the actual event, and he clearly is just very interested. So very cool. Next up, congratulations, Scott. Yeah, there was an article. There's an article by the BBC where they interviewed Scott and some of the MCC participants, and it's a very cool article. It's very nice to see that they have this opportunity to talk about it on a BBC News thing. And yeah, I'm not going to look at the article here. I think I watched this article. I didn't cover it because I kind of forgot. But very cool, and congrats, of course, that this actually happened. That is like super sick. False Appreciation, second fragged on yellow and finished top 15 for the first time since MCC 11. She was a great morale booster, especially when Fruit was hot-headed after to get to her side, and was a great team leader in team games. It's a shame yellow got ruined by game order because they started so well, but False should be proud of herself today. I agree. False getting 15th or top 15 was not on my list of expectations, but it is a very welcomed and cool surprise, honestly. I mean, clearly she popped off. I don't think I watched too much of Yellow after the first few games because, like they mentioned, the game order was kind of not in Yellow's favor. Their better suited games were early, so I didn't end up catching too much gameplay from them, but very, very fun team, and very cool that False ended up second fragging. That is very impressive. So, good job. How many centimeters it takes to do a 360 for MCC players? This is looking at DPI and sensitivity. I've never understood, like, I do understand how this works. I've never understood how I can even figure out what mine are. But yeah, Shane has the highest, clearly, which is kind of insane. Yeah, 6 centimeters, or not even, like 5.6 centimeters to do a 360 in game. I mean, I guess, I don't know how much that is, but also, Fruit having 40 for a full 360 is crazy. I don't know how you have such high freaking sensitivity, or that it takes such low sensitivity, that it takes so long to cover the entire thing, bro. I probably would be on the higher end here. I think my sensitivity is probably relatively high, because for me, my mouse mat is like at most like 30 centimeters, so I wouldn't even be able to be at the bottom because I can do a 360 pretty decently reliably in game, but definitely don't have that much mouse space, so that's crazy. Anyways, next up, 4 years, 4 seasons still based, Car 2020, Car 2024, massive gamer, so true, and not just in Minecraft, also in Among Us and other games. Don't forget about that. Felt like this was appropriate. We also already talked about this. So many mysteries. Is Etho streaming? Is Fenberg a one-time player? How will the ants communicate? Is H-Bomb or Aqua the blessing? Probably. I mean, neither H or Aqua was the blessing, but Aqua seemed to be a little bit more favored. It just didn't end up winning, but they did make Dodgeball, so that was kind of crazy. Sandwich and Treacherous was already talked about. Happy 5th anniversary to the person who's the most people obsessed with him, and the person who took on the Deep Dark in the first episode. Yeah, Lizzie and Joel. Happy 5th anniversary, like 2 weeks late. My bad. But congrats either way. Team Ties skins, I think I may have already mentioned. Purple passing the torch, I think I may have also already mentioned. New MCC 37 team just dropped Shane, Jojo, Fruit, and Ant. Yeah, man, totally. It's like close enough, you got 2 frauds, and then Jojo and Fruit. Maybe slightly strong, but it should be fine. MCC Season 4 kickoff, top 5 in Div. Yeah, Shadoon getting top 5 was pretty crazy. I think Joel ended up placing 6th, though he was right below, but still insane. And Fine also getting second on his first event. very impressive. And getting third, very good. Shane getting first, also very good. Should not be overlooked, but it is obviously something that has happened a couple of times. So yeah, pretty good. Number of Twitter replies under each team's announcement. I think I may have also already covered this, but the gap here makes sense, but it's insane. Gumi, MCCP, MVP, GOAT, S tier, and top rank with this stat. In case anyone was wondering, the firecracker petting stats on MCC yesterday. Gumi in first by like 1,600 difference, which is insane. Hey, good job. At least Gumi won something, which is pretty cool. We got a new VOD series on the block, Railroad Rush Mondays. There's no way that H is actually going to do this, right? Is he actually going to do this? I mean, to be fair, I guess it is a team game, and maybe H is just a team game fan. He probably is, if I have to guess, but really? I mean, hey, cool. I guess if he can give input, then sure. Fruit MCC Games tier list. I don't actually remember where the tier list stuff came from. Did I do that? I think someone made an MCC. It was Ripcord. Ripcord made a games tier list, I think, and then I made a tier list, and then other people made a tier list. Either way, Fruit says Rocket Spleef is his favorite game, which is great. People would probably expect it to be Sky Battle, but Rocket Spleef is very good. I mean, I don't know about that most recent change, but Rocket Spleef in general is still fantastic. And honestly, I'm a big fan of this like variety that I see in the A tier. It's a very nice variety of obviously Sky Battle and Battle Box being the PvP, the like main PvP games of MCC. Grid Runners being like a team focused game, and then Parkour Tag being like a movement centered game, of course, but like not just straight up parkour. I'm a fan of these placements, and Dodgeable is very good. So yeah, I as much as my tier list probably goes a little bit differently, I can understand the vision, and I somewhat agree. Just pain. Viewers congratulating Car for finally winning again. Yeah, how tragic. It is very funny though. I mean, Pete's another person who's been long awaited to get another win, but Kara's win was a little bit more awaited because it's been a longer time. Anyways, I'm probably gonna end off the video here. A little bit more of a shorter, Reddit roundup, but yeah, just wanna get this out the way. And also, team announcements tomorrow. Okay, don't forget the team announcement tomorrow for MCC Pride. You want to be there or not, I guess, but they're very fun. So if you want to watch the teams get announced and have some entertainment on the side, I'll be there to live stream it. All right, goodbye.